I would actually like to see you and Owen debate abortion and a number of other topics. Just as a side note, I think that'd be interesting to see you two have a debate there.
This debate took place in the comment section of Warcorpse 666's video. Nostalgia Critic goes full SJW. Women are disadvantaged in the workplace a lot of the time, and systematically the more you earn, the more likely it is that you're a man. That's the nature of patriarchal capitalism. The majority of the people that control where wealth is diverted are white, male, and from the West, and right-wing, of course. Nostalgia Critic raised a good point, if you ask me. You completely missed the points he made regarding the wage gap. His points, women are poor negotiators, ignores the fact that many bosses discriminate who they select. Women take easy jobs, patronizing and silly. Women get pregnant doesn't justify earning less per hour. Women who don't get pregnant still earn less. Maternity leave shouldn't be paid. Capitalist right-wing apologism just let people who aren't working lose their means of life, basically. If the wage gap existed, the workforce would all be female. Not how economics works. Wages wouldn't stay down if gender biases weren't around. Money would stay the same value if that were implemented by wages going up or the value of money going down. Bullshit is capitalism. Women do take easier jobs. How often is it that you see a female working in manufacturing, other than an office job or an internship? I work in manufacturing. In fact, I drive for my company, so I get around a lot and see other companies' employees as well. Rarely do I see a girl. On maternity leave, are you saying a person is entitled to their employer's money for doing nothing in regards to their job? That is what's bullshit. So, the only measure of how easy a job is physical exertion? That seems a poor gauge, especially as more and more jobs in the physical sense are not needed or automated, or offloaded to countries where women do have to do them and don't get paid fairly. You can't say women take easy jobs based on what you think is easy. Everyone should be entitled to a decent standard of living and thus means of life. Employers shouldn't be able to dictate who gets what because government should ensure that everyone has fair amounts of money. We need to move past labor hours as the only way to obtain money and money as the only way of living a decent life. Capitalism is unfair, inherently unsustainable, and failing world over. Denying these statements is to feign ignorance of obvious conclusions and study. To sum up your second argument, all I heard was we must pander to laziness. Heck no. You basically admitted as well in your first paragraph that women pretty much do avoid those harder jobs, particularly manufacturing, as I used as an example. As far as what's easy, it's not what I think is easy work. Jobs like machining, welding, loading, and handling big pieces of steel is hard work. It isn't hard by a person's perception, it's genuinely hard and sometimes dangerous. Haha, you've just shown your colors there. All I heard was we must pander to laziness. It's lazy to give birth to a child. It's lazy to acknowledge that using labor hours as the only source of money, and by default money as the only means of improving quality of life, we set ourselves up to an unfair, poor, failing systems. Yes, the areas you describe are jobs that see more males employed, but these are jobs that are dwindling in number and increasingly automated, requiring fewer humans as machinery replaces them. Of course, the jobs you describe are hard, but other jobs are hard in different ways too, and thus it's inaccurate to say that women should earn less because they don't take hard jobs. That still doesn't explain why the most lucrative positions are more likely men. Why the more you earn, the more likely you are to be a man. Worth pointing out that capitalism has ruined the lives of workers in the steel industry and manufacturing. Just look at the state of areas of Detroit, Baltimore, New Orleans, etc. You used "we must move past labor hours" as a blanket term to imply it for all circumstances, not just pregnancies. I didn't say giving birth is lazy, but deciding to work less hours is, and saying someone who works far less hours deserves the same annual pay as someone who works full-time 45-hour work weeks is pandering to laziness. Sorry. I also don't see why you keep saying manufacturing is becoming automated. Sure, but there's still lots of manufacturing and other physical labor jobs, and what's currently the circumstance is manufacturing is mostly a male work field. Why? Because women don't want to work them jobs. I can speak personally regarding welding, for example, because I went to school for it. There were no females in my class and maybe only one in the other classes, and women are a minority in my tech school. I don't see why you make the bullcrap claim that manufacturing has failed its workers despite myself being able to get by in life with some luxury on the side, and that welders get paid pretty freaking well in their fields with benefits.